Hi there, I'm Erin with 5 Parks Yoga. I'm so glad you could join me for this class, which is dedicated to celebrating and acknowledging the winter solstice, which happens in the middle of December in the Northern Hemisphere. So before we begin, I'd just like to thank my YouTube subscribers and members and my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for supporting 5 Parks Yoga. I very much appreciate all of your support, your comments, your feedback, your class suggestions, everything that you bring to this channel. If you like this class, please hit the thumbs up icon, and I invite you to make comments below. I really appreciate all the comments and the feedback, and again, class suggestions are always welcome. To begin, come into a comfortable position on your seat. So make sure that your sitting bones are grounded on the floor. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. So you have a nice long spine. The crown of your head is right in line with your tailbone. Rest your hands face up on your knees and bring your hands into a mudra called Gyan Mudra. So for Gyan Mudra, you're going to connect your thumb and your first finger. Your 3 extra fingers are going to be relaxed, your palms facing up. This is a mudra which represents wisdom and knowledge and self-awareness. So close your eyes. We're going to begin with some deep breathing. So breathe in through your nose. Big open mouth exhale. Let this exhale ground you and root you into your space. You can close your lips. Begin to breathe in and out through your nose. So the word solstice means sun standing still. So this is the shortest day of the year and the darkest day of the year, but it is the transition that leads into light and awakening and the season of spring. So throughout this class, we're going to bring a sense of fire and heat into the core with a lot of heat building poses that stimulate the core, stimulate the navel chakra, the solar plexus, and then we also want to bring some groundedness into this practice. So we'll do grounded postures and we'll stay low to the ground throughout our practice. So as you hold this posture, easy pose, and you increase your inhales and your exhales, just imagine, bring to your mind's eye roots growing out of your root. So from your tailbone, from your sitting bones, down into the ground beneath you, down onto your mat, and then those roots spreading in all directions, all around you. As you feel this groundedness taking place, also bring awareness to the top of your head, the crown of your head. Feel that sense of lift and lightness at the same time. So 2 energies, the groundedness from your root, the lift and lightness from your head. And before we begin to move, I invite you to set an intention. So this can be an intention, something that you want, something that you're working toward for your practice today on your mat, honoring the winter solstice, or for the year ahead of you. So taking a little bit of time in reflection of the last year in an effort to just let that go, to release it. We'll do that with some of our heat building postures. And then an intention into your mind, something that you're working toward, and we'll bring that to light with some of our grounded postures and our sense of rootedness in this moment as we begin to move forward. Continue with your deep breathing. We're going to begin to warm up the spine in all directions. With your eyes opened or closed, continuing with this sense of groundedness, we're going to warm up the spine. So Take a deep breath in as you lengthen through the crown of your head. You can take your hands onto your knees now, and then just move into full or half circles for the neck. So you can come halfway around, rocking your head side to side, or you can come all the way around. If you're going around in full neck circles, reverse directions. We're all going to meet back at center. As you breathe in, lift your arms up overhead. Take a side bend to the left. Keep your sitting bones grounded, just bending through your side. Come back through center, side bend to the right. Come back to center, twist to the left, bringing your right hand to your left knee, looking out over your shoulder. Come back to center, twist to the right, bringing your left hand to your right knee, looking out over your shoulder. Come back to center. Bring your hands back to your mat and come into tabletop position. Position your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees and move through cat and cow. Breathing in, dropping your belly for cow pose. Breathing out, rounding your spine for cat pose. With your breath, inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. One more of each. Inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Come back to center. Nice flat back in tabletop position. Coming into spinal balance, extend your right arm forward and your left leg back. So right away, beginning to build heat in the core. So draw your belly button back toward your spine, engaging through the front and back side of your body as you hold this balance pose here. As you breathe in, lengthen, reach through your fingertips, press through the ball of your foot. As you exhale, round your spine, bring your elbow to your knee. See if you can make contact. Spinal balance, breathe in and round, exhale. Extend, round, exhale. Extend, keep your left leg lifted, place your right hand on your mat, bring your left leg to the left. Position your heel behind your toes, tuck your right toes under, bring your hip to your heel, walk your hands forward, rest your forehead down. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Take your right foot flat to the floor. Breathe in, sweep your arms up overhead. Point your left toes out to the left. Come into modified side plank. Bring your right hand to your mat. Lift your left leg up off the floor. Bring your left arm forward. So again, one long line from your left hand toward your left foot. Look down at your hand, press off of your hand, come all the way back up, setting your foot on the floor, and then return to tabletop position. As you breathe in, extend your left leg, arm forward, your right leg back, spinal balance. Steady breaths as you draw your belly button back toward your spine. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, round your spine, elbow to knee. See if you can make contact. Inhale, spinal balance. Exhale, round your spine. Again. Spinal balance. Keep your right leg lifted. Place your left hand on the floor. Bring your right leg to the right. Position your right heel behind your toes. Tuck your left toes under. Bring your hip to your heel. Walk your hands forward, bring your forehead to your mat. Breathe here. Walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Straighten your arms, take the top of your left foot flat to the floor. Press up off your hands, bring your arms up overhead. Modified side plank, bring your left hand to the floor. Lift your right leg up off the floor, parallel to the floor, and then extend your right arm forward. One long line from your fingertips all the way to your foot. Are you engaging your core? Drawing your belly button back toward your spine. Nice tight abs. Look down at your left hand. Press up off of your hand. Bring both arms up overhead as you set your right foot to the floor. Come back to tabletop position. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees up off the floor to hover. Hold here. Firing up your core. Keep holding. All right, begin to straighten your legs, release your heels down toward the floor for downward facing dog. Look back toward the back of your mat. If you could see yourself from the side, you'd look like a triangle. So your hips are lifting up, your heels are reaching down, fingers are spread wide. Your breath is flowing in and out through your nose. Feel the rootedness of your hands and your feet, the lift of your hips. One more breath in downward facing dog. Look toward your hands, walk your feet to the front of your mat. Come into standing forward fold, folding over your legs. Bring your hands to wherever they reach. They can be on your thighs, your shins, your feet, or the floor. Feel the stretch along the back side of your body, the entire length of your body. One more breath here. Maybe this exhale brings you a little bit deeper into your fold. As you breathe in, come up to a halfway lift. Flat back, looking down at the floor. As you exhale, return to forward fold. Breathe in, bring your arms off to the side, up toward the ceiling. Breathe out, bring your hands down toward the mat as your palms face out, your fingers reach down, shoulders away from your ears, reach through the crown of your head. Mountain pose. Engage your core, engage your quads, spread your toes. Feel your roots spreading underneath your feet, feeling that sense of groundedness as you hold this posture. Bringing to mind something from this last year that you'd like to let go of. As you breathe in, lift your arms up overhead, connect the palms of your hands. As you exhale, bring your hands through heart center. See if you can just let that go. Bring your arms all the way down and around. Breathe in. Exhale. Release. And again. Exhale, release. Inhale, breathe that fresh energy in as you lift your arms up, and as you exhale, hinge from your hips, come all the way down, standing forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, standing forward fold. Plant your hands on your mat, step back, high plank. Modification for high plank is knees on the floor, building heat in our core. Bringing to mind your intention. Bringing that sensation into your body, intention, heat, fire, forward momentum. All right, you're gonna shift forward, bring your shoulders past your wrists, lower all the way down onto your stomach. Take the tops of your feet flat to the floor. Breathe in, lift your chest up off of the floor for cobra pose. Breathe out, release. Breathe in, come up to cobra pose, and then bring your forearms flat to the floor. So we're coming into sphinx pose. So elbows are in line with your wrists, fingers are spread wide. Lift through the crown of your head. So nice back bend here, building strength along the length of your spine, building flexibility in your spine. Now we're gonna stretch the neck. So bring your chin forward and down to your chest. And you can rock from side to side. Stretching the neck and the upper back. Okay, come back into sphinx. So lift through the crown of your head. From here, we're gonna move into forearm plank. So you're gonna keep your forearms on the floor, tuck your toes under, engage your quads so your knees lift up, and then lift your torso up off of your mat. So same as plank, except this time on your forearms. So bringing a little more heat into the shoulders, keeping your arms parallel with one another. Okay, so modification, you can bring your hands and interlace your fingers. From here, we're gonna move into dolphin pose. So bring your hips up and walk your feet a little bit further forward. Again, same as down dog, except on your forearms. So feel the opening in your upper back and the strength building in your shoulders as you hold this pose. All right, look back at your hands and bring your hands one at a time to your mat and then press back to downward facing dog. On your next breath in, lift your right leg high. Breathe out, bring your right foot between your hands. Breathe in, straighten your front leg. Breathe out, bring your forehead towards your knee. Halfway lift, look past your toes. Exhale, low lunge, bring your right knee over your right ankle. Breathe in, come up to crescent lunge. And breathe out, come into airplane lunge. Hinge forward, reach back. Inhale, come up to crescent lunge. Exhale, bring your left knee to the floor, toward the floor. Cactus your arms, lift your chin. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Plant your heel, open to the side. Look out past your front fingertips. So bring the sensations of groundedness, steadiness, strength. As you gaze past your fingertips, bring a sense of looking to the future with hope, optimism, and determination. Take one more breath here. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga or to your stomach. Upward facing dog or cobra, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your left leg high. Breathe out, low lunge. Breathe in, crescent lunge. Exhale, airplane lunge, hinge forward, reach back. Breathe in, crescent lunge. Breathe out, dip your knee down, cactus your arms, lift your chin. Breathe in, crescent lunge. Breathe out, warrior two. Open to the side. Two arms parallel with the earth. Press into the outer edge of your back foot. Steady gaze. Soft face. As you breathe in, reverse warrior, low lunge, high plank, chaturanga, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in, lift your right leg high. As you breathe out, round your spine, bring your knee toward your nose. Okay, we did this from spinal balance too. So see if you can make contact. Breathe in, three-legged dog, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, knee to nose. Three-legged dog, open your hip, bend your leg, flip the dog if you would like. Nice heart opener here. Opening your chest, opening your throat, looking back. So opening up the throat chakra so that you can express yourself. Opening up the heart chakra for love and compassion. Return to three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Crescent lunge. Airplane lunge or airplane. So coming into our first balancing pose. Sweep your arms forward for warrior three. Open to the side for half moon, bringing your right hand to the floor, left hand toward the ceiling. And exhale, prayer squat. Stepping lightly open, bring your hands to your heart. Bring your arms up for star. Breathe out to goddess pose. Bring your arms to 90 degrees. Palms face in. Sink down into your hips. Breathe into star. Breathe out to standing straddle splits. Halfway lift, flat back. Look down at your mat. Steady through your feet. As you inhale, sweep your arms to capital T. Palms face down. Nice strong back. Strong core. Bring your arms forward so your palms are facing one another. And then release to standing straddle splits. If you'd like to take an inversion, here's an opportunity. If not, hold standing straddle splits. So you can take any inversion that you'd like, but since we're in standing straddle splits, if you'd like, you can bring the top of your head to the floor and then lift your feet up off the floor. New perspective in an inversion. If your legs are up in a headstand, bring them to the floor, or whatever inversion you're in. Release back to standing straddle splits, which is also an inversion. Getting all the benefits of an inversion in standing straddle splits. Rise up to star. Return to warrior two, facing the front of your mat. Reverse warrior. Low lunge. High plank. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg high. Exhale, step forward to lunge. Crescent lunge. You can return to airplane lunge or you can balance in airplane pose. From airplane or airplane lunge, reach your arms forward. Warrior three. Half moon, bring your left hand to the floor, right hand to the ceiling, open up to the side. So alternative for half moon is side angle pose. Just opening your body to the side. Step back into prayer squat. Rise up to star. Bring your arms parallel to the earth as you sink into your squat for sun god pose. Palms face up. Feel the groundedness of your feet. Feel the lift through the crown of the head. Feel the strength in your hips and legs. Engage your core. Inhale to star. Exhale, standing straddle splits. Inhale, halfway lift. Pause. Bring your arms to capital T. Pause. Bring your right hand to the floor, left hand to the ceiling. Come back to T. Bring your left hand to the floor, right hand to the ceiling. Come back to T. Release to standing straddle splits. Come on up to star. Return to warrior 2, facing the front of your mat. Reverse warrior. Low lunge. High plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Don't worry, I didn't forget our core strengtheners and heart opener. So same leg, lift your left leg high. Round your spine, knee to nose, 3 times. 3-legged dog. Knee to nose. 3-legged dog. Knee to nose. 3-legged dog. Open your hip and bend your leg, or flip your dog. Look back toward your left hand. Feel the sensations as your throat and heart open and expand. If you're flipped over, return to downward facing dog. Come to high plank. Pause. Left hand is your foundation, side plank. Roll onto your left hand and the outer edge of your left foot as you reach your right arm up. For 3, 2, 1. Come back to high plank. Roll to the other side onto your right hand, the outer edge of your right foot. Lift your left hand up, left arm up. For 3, 2, 1. Come back to high plank. Lower down. Bend both legs. We're going to take upward bow. Take your feet from the outside. Bring your knees so they're in line with your hips. As you breathe in, kick into your hands. Lift your chest and your thighs up off the floor. As you breathe, feel your belly expand. So pressing and lifting as you inhale. Deepening your back bend as you exhale. One more breath in. Exhale, release your thighs, your feet, and your right ear onto your mat. Let your body be heavy. Let your thoughts float by. Bring your chin back to the floor. Bring your arms to capital T, palms face down. Bring your feet a little bit wider than the outer edges of your mat. As you inhale, lift everything up off the floor. Press through the balls of your feet. Reach through your fingertips. See if you can bring your hands to the height at the top of your head. Building heat, strength, stamina for whatever lies ahead. Okay, release everything down. Bring your left ear to your mat. Lie heavy. Letting go of that posture and just being here now with your breath. Bring your chin to your mat. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes under. Press up high plank. Modification, knees on the floor. Rock back and forth. Feel your core working to hold you here. Press back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Bring your right shin forward for half pigeon pose. Take your left foot flat to the floor. Lift up to lengthen the front of your body. And release. Come back up onto your hands. Bring your left leg around. Bring both feet flat to the floor. Extend your arms forward. Lift your feet up off of the floor for boat pose. Feel the fire in your core. Keep your chest lifted and open. Stability in your balance, strength. The core of your body. Okay, from here, come down into low boat. Your feet and shoulders hover over the floor. Okay, now from here, bring your knees into your chest. Roll the length of your spine. Come forward, cross over your ankles. Step. Hop, walk, back, high plank, low plank, upward dog, downward dog. Lift your left leg up, half pigeon. Breathe in to lengthen through the front of your body, lifting your chin, opening your throat. Breathe out. Release. Come back up onto your hands. Bring your right leg around. We're going to come into fire log pose. So this is continuing with opening the hips. So bring your left shin so it's parallel to the front of your mat. Bring your right shin and stack it on top of your left. So your right ankle is on your left knee. Your right knee is working toward touching your left ankle. It's okay if it's not there yet. Keep your sitting bones grounded. You can sit up tall, or you can forward fold if you want to get deeper into the hips. We hold a lot of energy in the hips, the pelvic bowl, the deep, deep core. All right, we're going to switch the cross of the legs. So bring the shin of your right leg to the floor, right toes in line with right heel. Stack your left shin on top of your right. Left ankle on right knee, left knee on right ankle. Again, you can stay upright and lifted here. Or if you need the support, you can have your hands behind your hips. You want a deeper stretch in your hips, you can fold over your legs. Work with the breath. as you release tension in your hips, low back. Sit upright if you are not already. We're gonna cross over the ankles, come onto our shins to kneeling. We're gonna take camel pose, big heart opener here. Bring your hands to your low back, fingers point down. Draw your elbows back, press your hips forward, lift your chin, lift your chest, look up, maybe reach back toward your heels. If not, keep your hands on your hips and just look up. All the way back up. Your hands are on your heels. Sit your hips on your heels, take your hands onto your thighs, close your eyes. Just feel the energy in your chest, rising up to the crown of your head. We're gonna keep that energy flowing with Kapalabhati breathing, which is skull shining breath. It's a very energizing breath to create heat, focus. So for Kapalabhati breathing, you take a deep inhale. As you exhale, you snap your belly in, and you can exhale through your mouth or your nose, and it's a fast exhale and a passive inhale. So you're not exhaling and then inhaling, okay? So it's a passive inhale. So you breathe in, and I'll give you an example. Okay, so you're snapping your belly, snapping, snapping, snapping. All right, so we're gonna practice it together. We'll go at a pretty good pace, and then we'll increase the pace a little bit. You can have your eyes open, gazing, or closed. So breathe in and begin. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale. Breathe in for round 2. Breathe in and exhale. Your eyes are closed, open them up. Come onto your hands, cross over your ankles, take your feet to the floor, lower down onto your back. Bring your legs to a 90-degree angle. Bring your arms to capital T or goalpost. Bring your knees to the right for a reclined twist. And bring your right hand on your left knee and look to the left. Come through center. Bring your knees to the left. Gaze to the right. You can bring your left hand on top of your right knee. Bring your knees to center. Separate your knees and feet for happy baby pose. You can rock side to side or hold steady. Bring your knees to your chest. Bring your forehead towards your knees. Squeeze in. Release to Savasana. Legs wide, arms wide. Let your feet fall open, your palms face up, your fingers and toes relax. Breathe in and hold it. Exhale, let it go. Return to the natural rhythm of your breathing. Let go of the past. Let go of your intention for the future and just be here now. Be present in your body. Be present in this space. Feel the weight of your body resting on the floor, supported by the earth. Feel your heart open and expansive. In all of the celebrations revering time, darkness, and protection, there is also a simple yet profound observation of the stillness between the end of one cycle and the beginning of the next. This is a time to reflect and assimilate all of the wisdom, thoughts, and feelings that have been cultivated in the dark and bring them into the light. In the heart of every person on this earth burns the spark of luminous goodness. In no heart is there total darkness. As we celebrate the winter solstice through our lives of service and love, bring forth the light and the love that is hidden in every heart. You can continue to rest in your Savasana, or you can begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, reaching your arms overhead, stretching your whole body and rolling onto your side, cradling your head in your arm. Taking a moment before you come to seated in gratitude for taking this time for yourself, for this practice, acknowledging your own transition between seasons, from darkness into light. Press your way up to a seated position. We're close together. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it at the top. Exhale through your mouth. We'll close by chanting one Om together. Breathe in, hold it at the top. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to each and every one of yours, namaste.